Hi everyone, Richard here at Calvin Wazoo with another video that's following a thread that I just happened to find, and in the process I also happened upon two other VC channels that are new to me but also really new to the VC that you should check out. The first one is T-Cat's Deep Vinyl Tracks. This was the one that I saw that mentioned the thread, and then he mentioned the origin of the thread coming from the channel Embryonic Robot. And so check these new channels out. Interesting stuff. They have interesting records to show, and their channels are growing, so hey, let's give them some support. So the theme is for this thread is winter, snow, ice, and I was able to find plenty of records in which the cover art was showing either a winter scene, some snow or ice, something like that. So I didn't need to think about songs within a record that maybe didn't have that kind of a cover. So and I ended up finding quite a few, so I'm going to start to go through them. Some I will not say much about, and others I'll say a little more. I have one CD in the group to show, and that is this CD here. You see the cover, and winter on the split rail fence and the snow and the mist. And this is the Haunted Wind Chimes, and the name of this release is Out with the Crow. So very much winter snow theme all the way through. I mean, here they are, frolicking in the snow, what have you. They're a folkish, little bit bluegrassy type of group. I believe they're from Colorado, and the reason I got this is that it was a gift, I guess, that a friend of mine, and we go way back. We go all the way back to middle school, and he named me his daughter's godfather, which I still, for the life of me, don't understand why, because I certainly have been the worst godfather ever. And I, providing spiritual guidance, I'm an atheist. Wasn't necessarily, 100% atheist at the time that he named me her godfather. But, no doubt about it, I was not a person to provide, that, to be that. And then to think that, the notion of me becoming the parent, should something happen to my friend and his wife, that's crazy. Anyway, really good music, and he hired this band to play at his daughter's wedding reception. And so, when I was there for the wedding and the wedding reception, which it was a beautiful wedding and beautiful reception, this band was providing the music that evening. So, yeah, the Haunted Wind Chimes. This was released in 2012. So, just on CD. Okay. So now these are not, now I'm going to the vinyl, and these are not in any particular order. I just went through my collection on Discogs, which made it a lot easier for me to find covers that they were not overtly showing winter scenes or whatever, that the arts did imply to that to some degree. And the first one is this. It's a soundtrack to Dr. Zhivago. All right. And then, so there's this photo here of them. This is obviously from one of the scenes. It's, during the winter time. And this is a great winter movie anyway. whenever there's like a really big snowstorm going on, that's when I'll, get Dr. Zhivago and I'll watch that. Because it's certainly a very long film, but it's just an outstanding film. Really, really love it. All right, then the next one is this one by Bon Iver. So this is For Emma, Forever Ago. And then you can see the hoarfrost on this window and the bare trees. Here's another of the frost on the window. I don't listen to this often. It is as it says, this is kind of a brooding or ruminative collection of songs. I've heard it called one of the saddest records out there. So it's definitely something that one needs to be in the mood for, but great winter cold artwork. This has been shown by others, and that is the Freewheelin' Bob Dylan. As you see from the cover, it was wintertime. We've got snow. They're walking through the snow. Great album, and a winter scene in Greenwich Village. All right, then this was also shown by somebody, but it's not a record I ever see mentioned very much. Neither is the band. And it is this one, Eskimo, by The Residents. So besides the entire theme being about, Eskimo or Inuit people, and it's presented as sort of a musical anthropological study of Eskimos, but it's all fictitious. The fables and stories and everything, it's all fictitious. It's all made up. But what an incredible album and concept album as well. And then even the label has a little bit, it carries forth the theme, but, of being in the frozen north and the spikiness, the ice and that. And then I also got the Eskimos, or the Residents Eskimo Deconstructed, which you can see is, now it's a reverse image, the cover, which is basically all the different tracks are broken down into single tracks that were all put together to create the album. So Eskimo Deconstructed. All right. Now, some people may not think this one is one with a cover that is winter, but it is. And that is Zappa in New York. This photo, one of the Zappa children took this photo, either with a Polaroid or, some other really simple camera. But as you can see in the rooftops here in the street, in the parking lot, there's snow. There is. And these shows, this recording was taken from shows, right around Christmas time in New York at the Palladium Theater. So that's Zappa in New York. Now, another one that I looked closely at the cover, and I think this is, this might be the one where I stretch it the most. But it's Fleetwood Mac, Bare Trees. And it's got some water damage, on this cover. But what's, you got the bare trees of, of winter. Either that or it's very, very early spring. And it's a very good album. This is when Danny Kirwan was the primary guitarist for Fleetwood Mac at the time. Jeremy Spencer was gone. Obviously, Peter Green was gone. But Kirwan does some really, really good songs on here. I mean, there's Child of Mine. That was a Kirwan composition. Sunny Side of Heaven. The titular track, Bare Trees. Then there's Danny's Chant. And then Dust. So the one hit from here, I believe most people may be familiar with, is Rob Welch's Sentimental Lady. But, Danny Kerwin is someone who doesn't get a whole lot of love in the community. And he was such a talented guitar player. He really learned a lot from Peter Green. And I've talked about their differing styles. They're similar in some respects, but the actual mechanics of them playing the guitar is very different. But they're still Danny Kerwin is just an incredible guitar player. But man, what a rough life he had, and then eventually being kicked out of the band. And then sort of drifting into obscurity, and then ultimately death. There's one, again, the cover to me is definitely wintry. This is Pink Martini and Saori Yuki, 1969. And, got the couple, and then it's a snowy scene, but it's a very soft focus, image. To me, it does call forth the concept of winter, and snow and icy fog. And definitely a pretty good. This is, I'm trying to think if this is the only Pink Martini record I have. I have other compilations that have music from Pink Martini, but I saw this. I remember seeing this in the record store, and I was like, "Wow, I need to pick it up." So yeah, Pink Martini. I like that. I like the cover. Very simple, but it also has this warmth and chill to it. All right. Now, this one is Leo Kottke, Ice Water. So definitely, we've got the ice cubes here in the brim of the hat. So Leo Kottke, if you're not aware, an amazing acoustic guitar player, especially when he's playing 12-string. But all his guitar playing is really, really amazing. And to see him live, and the stories that he tells, between songs, because often when he performs, I don't think he performs any other way, but I've only seen him once. But he performs, it's just him sitting on a chair on the stage, and he's got his 6-string and his 12-string with him. But really, really good stuff. The Armadillo album, the one with an armadillo on the cover, the Tacoma Records one, is probably the more well-known of his releases, but this one is very, very good as well. So yeah, Leo Kottke, Ice Water. And then we have Johnny Flynn, Alarum. And what an amazing, fine folk album this is. Of course, we've got the snowy scene here, and the old train car here with the graffiti all over it. But yeah, what a just great album. I had this on CD and really, really wanted to get it on vinyl. But the vinyl release was very limited, and so it was always really, really expensive. And then one day they reissued it, and I was like, "Wow, great!" So I could get a copy of it on vinyl. That didn't cost me a zillion dollars. Really wonderful material. I've listened to his other recordings. To me, this is the must-have one out of his catalog. Very talented. He's been an actor, and besides being the musician and singer-songwriter, he's done a lot of other things as well. but really, really good songs. Some of my favorite folk songs are on this record. The Rote and the Writ, and what's that one? It's a 2 album, and it also has some very cool artwork, for each of the labels. I mean, it's very cool. But yeah, I don't want to spend too much time. But if you like folk music and singer-songwriter, Johnny Flynn, very, very fine material. And then the last one I got here is the Jayhawks, Hollywood Town Hall. And of course you got the winter scene here, the band sitting there on that sofa out in the snow in front of the Hollywood Town Hall. Really, really great. It's kind of that jangle rock kind of sound, jangle, rock, country rock or something like that. Another album that I've been looking for a really long time. And then boom, they did 180 gram audiophile LP pressing from the original master tapes, because this was a 1992 album that, again, was not easily found. And then, boom, the reissue was available. And yes, really like this. So there you go. Those are my records that the cover art is showing, winter or snow or ice, that kind of a theme. I hope you like that. I'll have links to T-Cat's Deep Vinyl Tracks and to Embryonic Robot in the Down Under. Leave a comment, please. By the way, another reminder, I haven't been doing this consistently, but my Instagram, I am showing more records on Instagram than I have in the past. So if you want to follow that, I'm on Instagram. However, the handle is not Kelvin Wazoo. My Instagram handle is newsdude76. So that's NEWZDUDE76. That's my handle on Instagram. Hope you enjoyed that. And as always, remember to pray for the people inside your head, for they won't be there when you're dead.